Welcome back to the channel. So this week there was a lot of work going on in the studio. As you can tell here, I am preparing actually the UV DTF for the acrylic bookmarks. And so this process went very smoothly after I had received the updated UV DTF prints transfers. It went really smoothly onto each of the acrylic bookmarks, and I am very happy with how these have turned out. I was able to get the rest of them done quite quickly and quite swiftly. And so the other thing I added were the ribbons on there that you don't see here, but now I have cleaned all of the drinkware with alcohol so the UV DTF transfers can adhere pretty good and smoothly. Again, these transfers are from Ninja Transfers, and I must say, goes on so easily. Didn't have any issues with applying these transfers at all onto the drinkware. The only thing is, and I'll probably show a little bit later in the video, when I was putting the UV DT transfers on, the sheet that you receive has a color code line on the side that runs along the border of the transfer, and I accidentally adhered that to the glass, and so it did not come off. So I will have to use Glue Gun to get that off. And so here I am cutting all of the care instructions for the drinkware that will be added into each of the drinkware items. I am packaging everything up so I'll have it together for taking to the refinery. And so, yeah, that is pretty much it. Me wrapping up these few items in preparation for getting items over to the refinery. Hello, welcome back to the channel. As you can tell by the opening, we have been busy here in the studio in preparations for our retail setup. So if you are new to the channel, welcome, and welcome back to those who continue to tune in from week to week. I am Natita, the owner of the Fabric Beautique, as well as the author of the book Wives Still Pray, and we sell a variety of handmade items, gifts, accessories for yourself, for the home, for friends, for family. Be sure to visit our website. Link is down in the description box down below, and you will see all of these items out there. But as you can tell, if you missed last week's video, go check out last week's video. I'll make sure that pops up at the end of this video. Go check that video out. I announced that we will be going retail, the space that we're going to be in, what it looks like, and I have a few things to share with you. Next week, definitely stay tuned. I have a final haul that I actually did at Joann Fabrics for the business, 4 items to go into the refinery, and also maybe perhaps used for vending. So I do want to share that. That'll be in next week's video, but I just want to share with you what I have finished so far and where I am at. So if you saw last week's video, you know that we will have a space at the refinery in Katy, Texas. Very excited about that. And so I will be walking you through, sharing that entire journey with you, the different stages. If you saw on Instagram, you know I shared the quick walkthrough, but last week's video was more in depth. And so make sure you check that out. But we have some items. I will also, within a couple weeks, share with you the sublimation printer that I have been using, that I have been enjoying. I wanted to do quite a few different products and items so I can share with you my experience with this particular sublimation printer, but I will share that in a couple weeks because next week will be a haul. Then I'll share the sublimation, and then it'll be videos after that really going through setting up the space at the refinery. So what I did finish, I shared with you that I would be doing these in different colors. These are the car coasters, and so I did go ahead and do the other 3 colors. I did the mint, I did the lavender, as well as the yellow. Actually, let me go ahead and grab the yellow so you can see how that looks. So this is more of the beigey yellow color that's actually available in the mouse pad as well as the car coasters. And if you can tell, I did put all of the hang tags on there because I did get the slate wall. I'll pop up a picture of the one that I got off of Amazon. One of the other vendors inside the refinery, I had reached out to her to see what she had used, and because I was looking for something like that and it was the perfect size, and she shared that with me, so I'm sharing that with you. But I am so happy with how these turned out. The backing cards, I played around with the backing cards for the mouse pads a little bit there. So this is really just an 8.5 by 11 on heavy cardstock that I was able to print. So I have all of the car coasters. They are available on the website. Actually, if you have been visiting the website, you saw these were showing as sold out. And it's only because I only had 10 and I wanted to do 2 in every color, and so I've since ordered more mouse pads, and those will be here within a couple days. But yeah, so the mouse pads are available. I'm very happy with how all of this turned out. And then the new item I wanted to share is the paper clips. So I did the sublimation of the paper clips. As you can see here, this is just a clear background of the paper clip, and then this one is glitter. And so these are also listed on the website as well. Absolutely love how those turned out, and I love how the backing cards for these turned out. So cute. And yeah, I really liked how these turned out. And of course, you all have already seen the acrylic bookmarks. And again, I just created the backing cards. Now in the future, I'll hold this up so you can see. In the future, I will have a taller clear bag so the backing card can be taller. Right now, it's kind of all hidden in there. Kind of hard to see the name. Not really, but in person you'll be able to read it. I know on camera you might not be able to, but it does say acrylic bookmark down here at the bottom and have the hanging hooks on there. Absolutely love that. How those turned out. I finished all of the items are finished, as you saw in the opening. The drinkware, I'm very happy with this. The only thing is, when I these transfers came from Ninja Transfer, and I didn't realize this little strip, there's a color code strip that runs on the side, if you can see it here. And so yeah, when I was peeling it off, I thought it would peel off, and I have 2 that have those slight marks on them, so I will have to use Glue Gun to get that off, but that won't be a problem. So that's that. The last thing I want to show you is the, oh, and I did want to say, where did I get the paper clips from? These blanks came from P&W Blanks, and I'll leave their website down below. There was one that arrived cracked, but I didn't see this. I didn't open this up until I was ready to sublimate them, so I didn't catch it in time. So I really don't know if I accidentally cracked the end, if you can tell there, or if it came like that. So I'll have to pay attention when my next batch come in. But the one thing that I forgot to do, this one is messed up. I wanted to see how color, so this is how the paper clip looks. And so if you have paper, I'm just going to grab something here. So if you have a book page or something like that, you can just clip. So that's how it would look once you clip it. And so for this one, I forgot to take the plastic off, so completely melted it on here and could not take it off, and so that's fine. So this will just be one that I'll have for me to use, but I just wanted to see how it looked with different color backgrounds instead of clear and just the glitter. And I think I like the clear and the glitter as options instead of doing a color background. I think that's what I prefer. So anyway, the last thing I want to share with you is, if you saw last week's video, you know my space is a 6x5, so I have the 2 walls and then the center wall. So the center wall, remember I did say I wanted to do wallpaper. My wallpaper came in from Spoonflower, and this is a peel and stick. I've already watched the Spoonflower video, and this is my design. So the design that's going on the center back wall in my space is a design that I created. So and I have full ownership of rights for this here paper, but it's a peel and stick, which is what I wanted, and it is one of the designs. So you'll have to stay tuned for how this will look on the wall. But one of the things I am doing, because I have several designs, they're actually the designs, if you saw my video where I showed all of my custom created fabrics that I created, I'll leave the link to that video up here. You will see all of the designs, and so I chose this particular one, this lavender color one, to for the wallpaper, because I wanted to do the side walls. And again, if you saw that video, you know the vision. So that back center wall and then the side walls will be this solid lavender, and I think it's a nice, it's not a matchy match with the color, but I think it's a beautiful contrast and still blends well with my color scheme, with my brand colors and different things like that. So I am very, very, very happy with everything that I've been getting so far. So right now we are at the stage, at the time that I'm filming this, where we'll be going to the refinery pretty soon. They are still getting some different approvals and everything for the vendors and everything to come in and finish setting up. So once that phase has passed, then we'll be able to go in and begin setting up. I have not found anything at the thrift store or Goodwill so far as stands, so I may just get a 4-unit calyx unit from IKEA, and then maybe a couple. I'm still looking for a stand, maybe the collapsible one. I saw one that was a little smaller than the one I use at markets, but I do want one of those against the wall. And then I'll show you all of the other stuff, the greenery and different things that I purchased. So very excited with all of that. But that's all I have to share with you for today. I thank you for those who are new, who have subscribed. If you have not subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe, because yeah, this is going to be a fun journey. Again, I will be taking you through setting up the space at the refinery, the soft opening, the grand opening, and share with you how, you know, things have been going so far as sales and different stuff like that. Probably won't share the numbers, probably just let you know I made the booth rent, that type thing, because I don't share particulars so far as that. But I'll let you know, I'll let you know, lost money, like I did in my previous market video. If you saw that back in March, I think that was March or early April video, go back and watch that. My first vending event of the year, I did lose quite a bit of money. Didn't give dollar amounts, but I lost money. Anyway, so feel free to go back and check that out. However, I will say, again, based on that, even though I lost money in that vending event, I gained so many connections and different opportunities that have come since then, which has been awesome. And I'm also having someone that I follow here on YouTube make the sign for the Fabric Boutique for the refinery. Excited about that. So as all of that transpires and I continue to get things and stuff like that and set up, I will be sharing it here on the channel, so you don't want to miss out. So again, subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Don't forget to thumbs up this video. And yeah, we will see you next Wednesday, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. All right, everybody, have a blessed week. Bye.